Good morning. Welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. We got bad head. I'm not worried about it. I may fix it in a minute. Anyway, we're gonna do a collective check-in. 6:55 on the clock. Reminding you to resist fascism by any means necessary. Not cis. Resist. Alright? We're gonna use yin yang, and then I also have the deck that I used for the inspirational insight because I feel like we need some uplifting. I had a very interesting dream, and there was like this part where I was at a school, like I was like doing a degree. I'm done with that, but anyway, and I ran into people from my swim team in high school, 2 people. And they didn't know who I was. They didn't remember me. And I like forgot I was a mom. And like Niall had been like going into this manhole thing, but it was like in a building. So anyway, I was like, oh shit. I run and I find Niall. And he's down in this little manhole thing on this couch taking a nap. And this old guy, like the maintenance guy, was like, yeah, I don't know how long he's been in there. Wish fulfillment just came out. And then so I got it, I like immediately, just mother's intuition, got down there, took the ladder down there. As I'm talking about my dream, messages, I'm gonna get to the message. I'm just, allowing you to experience what I just did. I don't know about you, but my dreams come through in the morning time the most, like between 3 and 5, 3 and 6. Anyway, then so I got Niall and I was like making sure he was okay, like he didn't hit his head or like fall or anything, and so I'm like holding him, like mother holds their child, and my higher self comes to me and says, it's time to be done with this. Or like, it's time to walk away from this. Like, this is such a great new beginning. And then I woke up. So, I don't know. I hope that resonates maybe. No, this isn't an astral travel, but I feel like it's, like this literally just happened like 15 minutes ago. So, let's see what the cards are saying. We already know we have dreams and wish fulfillment. What are your hopes? What are your dreams? What's your wish fulfillment? If you had a fucking genie bottle, what would you wish for? If you said something momentary, I would think about that a little more. We go very deep here. Okay, we're not talking about getting a Lexus or some shit. Okay. I mean, those are your dreams, but dark night of the soul, shadow work. What do you need to let go of? Like my higher self said to me, it's time to let go of this. So what am I holding on to? Am I holding on to the nostalgia? Am I holding on to this idea of wanting to like run away from motherhood and go backwards? I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both, subconsciously. I know yesterday I was really thinking about what I said in the Righteous Rage, and it was very much about motherhood. So maybe it was that. Maybe that was my higher self being like, yeah, you're pissed about some things, but like, you forgot how great this has been. Like, you forgot that I've prayed for this, all of the things that I'm doing now, I've prayed for years. And I think sometimes we can get in that space, especially with the Scorpio full moon, because it is about exposing negativity. It's about releasing what no longer serves us, right? Whether that's guilt and sabotage, whether that is our ego, our vanity and our pride, right? Pride is Luciferian energy. Whether it's clinging to, you know, memories, that nostalgia I already spoke on. Nostalgia is here. Whether it's being tempted by, I don't know, attraction and hot, again, going back to that party energy, whether it's holding on to memories and nostalgia, whether it's our inability to express our truth fully, allow ourselves to, whether we're stuck in some contracts, careers, commitments that we don't want to be in anymore. How do we find a way out of that? Right? What is our expectations for ourselves and others, and are we holding ourselves to the expectations we're placing on others? Right? The world will begin exactly how it ends. Tom DeLonge, fucking genius. I was never wrong about him. He's so fucking great. Time, let's collab. On a human, no, I'm kidding. What self-care, I'm totally kidding. What self-care or energy are you practicing? What growth are you facilitating for yourself? What are you transmuting through alchemy, through your lineage, through your practices? What are you impatiently, patiently waiting for? Yes, both. Because divine time is definitely not human time. But eventually we all get there. 702 boiling down to a 9. Celebration, gifts, and abundance are on the horizon. As I said, my higher self said, I need one more card to make this grid complete, so I pulled it. My higher self said, it's time to let this go. This is a new beginning. Or this is such a beautiful new beginning. What clarity are you receiving in this energy about this process? I'm so grateful that myself came through, and I knew it was me. It was me. It wasn't anyone else. It was definitely my higher self. So if that's got you confused, I tell folks this all the time, but if you're, this is the first time you're meeting me, hi, I am incredibly psychic. I have a lot of different psychic gifts. So anyway, when I think of higher self, I think about that being the very best version of ourselves, which is why I felt called to pull these as well. Because here on Earth, when we have to deal with all this stupid bullshit, we don't get to really show up as our best selves, because there's so many other factors and things that we have to navigate and deal with. So my process in my healing journey has been to integrate my shadow, which is like accepting my darkness, accepting the things that have happened to me, without becoming a victim, but using those things as lessons, right? And the higher self, for me, is our best version. And I'm not even in competition with my higher self. I just strive to become embodiment of my higher self fully in this realm by doing healing work for myself and others, right? And I think healing is a large umbrella. I don't think there's any right way to do it. In fact, I know there's not, because I've been on this journey a very long time. I'm 38, and I think that in the midst of all of it, every time I come across something that helps me, I, add it to my toolkit. And that's why I am the healer I am. Not that I don't think that needed to be said. Alright, let's get some love. Now, these cards I used for an entire short series called Inspirational Insight. So every one of these cards in this deck is listed under that playlist. It was random. And today I'm going to just share, how many are here? 8. 8 is the number of infinity. So anyway, the higher self is who we should strive to be. We should not be in competition with anyone else on this realm of existence. We shouldn't even be in competition with our higher self. We should just become an embodiment. Okay. Assistance, ask for help when you need it. Receiving is also a way of giving. That came through yesterday in one of these. One of the other things. I don't know, I got a lot going on right now. Advance. Follow your dreams one step at a time. Little steps add up to big things. Just keep going. I would pay attention to your dreams if you are a person who has access to them. As you go through this process, you will receive your spiritual gifts. Mine stopped while I was on medication. I didn't have access to anything, so they're like using chemical lobotomies. I was on psychotropics for mental illness. They tried to medicate the psychic out of me by calling it psychosis. And that's never what it was. We're very magical beings. The powers that be have put all of these different systems in place to keep us confined for their own benefit without our ability to use our third eye or access our gifts or clear abilities. Alright, let loose. How long has it been since you let the child inside of you out to play? Answers. The silence tells you all you need to know. Spirit always answers when you ask a question. The answer may be no, there's a better way. Don't get in your own way. I think that's a very human nature thing to do. And we already talked about with all these like darker shadow aspects. Shadow just means like taboo, the things that are, not celebrated, but they should be, because your shadow aspects speak to your resilience, they speak to your strength, they speak to your ability to overcome, and that's why we integrate our shadow, so that we are complete beings, like the yin yang, the dark and the light. There's a balance, right? It's that process. Change. The tide that goes out soon comes in again. Ride the waves knowing that you have another chance. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time with words right now. Opening. The whole world flows through you and the sky opens to show you the way. You were never lost. And I think understanding that you were never lost and accepting that maybe you made a couple new paths along the way, maybe you had to make a few U-turns, maybe you had to make a few, leaps of faith by jumping off of some cliffs. This is metaphorically. Either way, when you are dedicated to your spiritual path, to becoming the best version of yourself, to fully stepping into your power and being, the best version of yourself at any given moment, as a human, as well as we can. You are always going to fuck up. You are still in a human body. You are still experiencing human systems. Allowing yourself that space to accept the fuck ups is important, without getting down on yourself, right? And while also not inflating your ego as well. Finding balance, just accepting that being a human comes with some certain things, and some of those certain things are, You know, sometimes we're really great, sometimes shit sucks. And the time in between is when we can fucking chill, right? Courage. If you never spread your wings, you will never learn how to truly soar. And aspire. Accept what you have while taking a stand for what you really want. Unseen forces are helping you succeed, and spirit has your back. I hope this helps. If you need a dream journal, get one. That's a place where you can like write down your dreams. Or you could start a YouTube channel and share your dreams. Oh, Tiny's awake. Have a good one.